How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Mouthfools. I'm Hayden. This is... Don't call me out of my pause. I have to think. These are my friends, Dan, Jay, and Gab. How's it going, guys? What are your mouths full of?
Well, I had coffee, but it's gone.
Yeah. I got this, like, drink over here that I keep mentioning, like, every episode. The energy... oh, God, what is this? Electrolyte powder supplement.
Yeah.
Or something.
And quite frankly, it pisses me off, Dan, because every time that you have that drink, every time you're doing your little apothecary over there, you have a different plastic utensil, but you've used everything except a spoon. Is that a butter knife? Are you stirring your drink?
Butter knife.
Butter knife?
It's a plastic knife.
I swear to God, you've used a fork. I've seen you do a fork.
No, I've not. I used a knife. I've used a knife like 5 times over.
Why? Do you own spoon? What do you eat soup with?
I don't have plastic spoons, but I have a bunch of plastic knives, so I'm like, okay, it's just, it works as a little stirrer.
When you buy, like, utensils, metal, like a spoon, maybe.
I mean,
what is
soup ladle for your cereal?
I'll get the budget for it eventually. Right now, I'm just working off of the plastic knives I get off of ordering off Uber Eats. I never use.
It's Q1. Everyone's trying to figure out their budget for utensils this year.
Yeah, exactly.
I get the fork, I get the spoon, I get the knife. I use the first two. I don't use the knife in my salad. Like, I'm just gonna use it for my drink, I guess.
Logically, you use it for your drink. Lovely.
That's what my mouth was full of.
I was gonna say, yeah. What is everyone else's mouth full of? We didn't get that far.
Coffee, as usual. You know, gotta be a man of my word. It's a
very nice, very nice.
Well, that's a nice sip.
Thank you,
Jay.
I like that. I would rate that a 10 out of 10. Oh, I also have coffee, but there's no coffee left because I drank it.
I also have coffee.
Right, well,
there is.
I kind of feel.
Oh my God! They spill it.
Yeah, look
at all the coffee that's on my desk now.
Yeah, now I have no coffee in my cup.
Oh my God! Have you guys seen the Hungry Box pizza clip?
Yes, I have. The Hungry Box pizza clip is so fucking funny. He's like, oh, look at the pizza.
Yeah.
The whole thing falls out.
It makes the funniest face.
It's such a godlike fucking gift.
I'm surprised he didn't actually get raged and angry over it. It's so good. The face he makes afterwards is the best.
It's such a I need you to watch this clip.
Yeah,
I've seen this a lot.
It's so fucking good.
It opens the pizza.
It's like, whoa, look at the pizza.
Oh, that pog.
Best. There's
unbelievable.
There's a lot of foods you can drop, but I feel like a pizza is the most upsetting you can drop. If you drop like a chicken, it's like but a pizza is like
I would disagree. I would disagree. I've absolutely been in this situation before, but with like ramen.
Yeah,
and like noodles. Stuff with like a broth, it's the fucking worst, and it's so upsetting because you can't save it. With pizza, there's maybe a 10-second rule. You're like, it's fine, it can be saved. With ramen, you can't really save it. Once it's on the floor, the broth is everywhere. You don't know what's gonna get into that. You know what I mean? It's kind of gross. It's sad.
If you have carpeted flooring and you drop curry. I'm sorry. Jump scare warning, a little horror shock. You have to trigger trigger warning this episode. But spilling any amount of liquid broth, great word for it, on a carpeting fills me with rage, anger.
It's awful.
The worst I dropped was burning tomato sauce on the ground where I came to pick the pan of tomato sauce and I forgot it was hot. So I went ugh, and then everything on the floor, and I was like, what do I do? Because it's burning. You can just pick it up right now, but it's also on the floor and it's disgusting.
I'll come back in 15.
Sinks through the floor and goes to the level below you. The molten lava that you cooked for your pizza.
And then not only you're suffering, but the people below you, because they're going to also get melted by the sauce.
You look down, there's 20 floors with a hole straight.
And there's a skeleton that's half melted in the hole as well.
It's not xenomorph blood, it's pasta, you know?
The skeleton's just in the pose like a little thumbs up. He tried to go for the drips as it came down.
Yeah,
it did not come through.
It's genuinely the worst feeling when you make food. You spend like, I don't know, 30 minutes, 40 minutes preparing like a dish, and then you go to take it into your room or something, and you slide it off of the counter onto the floor. It's the worst. It's the fucking worst. It's also happened with those like trays, you know, that you can take food on. With they have like a little pillow underneath so that you can like put the tray on your lap and you can. I've had so many bad experiences of those because I balance way too much on them. And then I'll be walking along trying to balance them while going up the stairs, and then suddenly just start careening to the left, and I'm like, oh no, my center of gravity's gone. This is the worst case situation. And then the glass falls off, and then like the porridge will flip over, and then everything is just it's a sad situation. It's it makes me incredibly upset.
Hat in time mini game looking.
exactly that.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that make us upset. And sad, negative emotions, segue, anger. We're all gamers here, right? We've all...
No.
Well, I guess that's the end of the episode. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next week.
I must have turned into the wrong call. I
wait, hold up. Let me. Your name's Jaymoji, right? Jaymoji. Yes. You're not a gamer, right? Okay, so what are we uploading here? Mario Odyssey? Oh, that's not a video game. Oh, Octo Expansion. That's not a video game. Animal Crossing. That's not expected. Stop.
This ain't looking good for you.
Messing with me and play your role. You're not paid for nothing, okay? This Stay in your line.
Okay, I will, I guess. Drink my Kool-Aid, take my pills.
But yeah, it's all about rage games. Games that make us angry. Games that make us mad. Games that make us not want to play video games anymore. Games that make us not want to do anything anymore. That's the topic of the episode, everyone. Anyone want to open up?
Dan, I think you have some current events to talk about today, I think.
No, sorry. I said anyone want to open up? Dad went... He looked like he just did it. He looked like he was just like, I'm not... No, not really.
No, I'm good. Nothing in particular.
Yeah, which is very funny because I think Dan is the can opener of today's conversation. I think.
I'd agree.
My favorite role. Let's put that on my LinkedIn. I'm the can opener of conversations.
Yeah. The beans.
So before I get into the story, Fyrus, do you want to play the first piece of evidence to the court? What the fuck? Okay, so that's that. Yeah.
To the people of the jury, that might be shocking. I know.
That is Failboat you hear. I know it might be hard to realize, but that is actually the person in the call right now. You know, your beloved.
Like
good morning, good night, or good afternoon, viewers, depending on your time zone. Failboat 103. That is him.
What the fuck?
It may sound like a Call of Duty epic montage sound effect.
Fucking kidding me?
That's Failboat.
I
can't believe Baby Gigi watch your channel. I'm unsubscribing, Bo.
No! Not Baby Gigi. I'm ashamed. I'm embarrassed, and I'd do it fucking again. So here's what happened. I'm doing a little indie game came out recently, Pokemon Legends, and I'm doing a run of it where. Whenever I die to a Pokemon, I have to go on Etsy and buy merch of that Pokemon. And so, you know, if I died to a Bidoof, I have to go on Etsy, type Bidoof and press enter and regret. Because there's a bunch of, you know, you could get shirts, you could get mugs, you could get really buff and slightly sexualized figures of Bidoofs off of Etsy.
Pads.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I hope. And on this run, I got like scripted into this encounter where I had to fight 3 Stunkies. And the Stunkies, yeah, the great little names.
Sorry, I've never heard this fucking Stunky.
You've never heard Stunky.
You've never heard of Stunky?
No, it's stupid.
I'll show you Stunky. Continue your story, Dan.
It's stupid.
It looks stupider. It's a skunk with a butt for a face. It literally is just like...
This is Stunky.
I've heard all I need to know.
This is Stunky.
Look at him!
Oh my fucking god.
He just needs love. He's a precious little boy.
Of course this is a GG Pokemon. I knew as soon as I said that this is going to be a Gab Pokemon.
I mean, Skuntank carried my Nuzlocke of Sword and Shield. I love him. He's my boy.
Oh man.
God. So versus a Pokemon with an ass face. Anyways,
I got roped into a 3v1 encounter with them. And the first thing they did was kill one of my Pokemon. Like, before I could even act, before I could switch out my starter, which was grass type, and they had the super effective bonus. It was not a good start. So immediately I had to buy one stunky thing. And I'm like, I don't want to buy the stupid butt skunk Pokemon off Etsy. I just don't want to do that. But by the rules of my Nuzlocke, I can buy one Etsy product per Pokemon that kills me. And so it dawned on me after the first kill, I was like, wait a second, there's 2 more. I don't want to buy another 2 pieces of Stunky merch. I'm fine with just the one. And then the second one got a kill on me.
Oh my god.
Out of 2 out of 3. And I felt like a tinge. I'm like,
like charged. Charging.
I said oh, I want to curse right now. Like, oh man, I don't want to buy Stunky merch. Jesus Christ, of all Pokemon. And so then I'm like, okay, cut losses. We're targeting the third one. We're not letting that one get a kill on me. It got a kill on me. I chose the worst move possible. Or I used like a strong style move, so they got 2 attacks on me. So it looked good. And then it didn't kill them, and then they got the kill, and I'm like, hey guys, we're gonna curse for a second.
What the fuck?
Everyone leave for a second. Okay, cool. No one, we're just gonna curse. And what the fuck? Like, I was the most angry curse rage bit. I was like, God damn it. It was a little infuriating. I curse a lot, and gaming gets me mad every so often. Usually it's Smash Online that gets me the worst. I once almost broke one of my chairs getting so angry at it, but that was a moment of a nice little single player game getting me very, very angry for just a minute, but it was just long enough for people to get their clips.
And now I have a new stream alert for whenever somebody donates.
And now I have something on my sampler that's going to live there forever.
Yep. Drop one of them whenever it's handy.
Yeah, the beauty of it, huh?
Although, side note, Boat, if you don't want that Stunky merchandise, you can send it to me by the mail. You know, I would love to have it.
As a little side follow-up to that, when one of the things I had to buy off Etsy, because there surprisingly wasn't too much Stunky merch, one of the things was someone just selling shiny Pokemon, and my chat is the one voting on it. So my chat voted on me buying a Max IV shiny Stunky off of Etsy, and it got traded to me that stream because the person who was selling them was a viewer of mine. So they were like,
"Oh wow,
that's really funny."
Failboat bought my shiny? What the hell? It was a wild event. Now that's a whole other story, but yeah.
Oh, that's great. I love this merch lock thing. I'm so excited to see it. I haven't watched the stream specifically because I don't want to spoil it, but like I'm so stoked.
Oh, that's so good.
It's such a good idea. Genuinely. Anyone else?
And it brought us that rage clip, which I love. I have some interesting rage stories. I have 2 of them that really come to mind. I forget the second one, but I'll tell you the first one, and maybe the second one will come back to me.
Okay.
So, you guys know I'm a Splatoon fan. I like Splatoon. It's pretty good. It's
I didn't pick that up from you. I didn't get that.
Yeah, I keep it low key, but like the real ones kind of like they know, you know.
Yeah. Real ones not being me, so I would, of course, I wouldn't get it.
You don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so I'm an inconspicuous Splatoon fan, and back in 2015, 2016, when Splatoon 1 was up and about, I was one of those guys that like sweated that game all the way to S rank, and I wanted to get S plus because that was the ultimate like the ultimate goal.
Yeah,
it's like S plus. There was no X rank in Splatoon 1, so it was A, B, C, D, whatever, or up to A and then to S, and then S plus was like, you're a god at this game. You're amazing at Splatoon. And the competitive scene was a lot smaller, so like I wanted it so bad. I was like, this is the goal, dude. And it took me so long to get to that point, and the amount of frustration that I felt playing that game when trying to get up to S plus was immeasurable. Granted, it's Splatoon, it's the most colorful, fun squid game. But then I'm sitting there with my Wii U gamepad, like shaking it and bending the plastics. I'm like, oh, fucking squids. And when I got squid flopped, I was 15, right? I was 15. So when I got squid flopped, dude, I got fucking like enraged. It pissed me the fuck
Interjection.
off.
Interjection. I'm 27 and squid flopping tilts the fuck out of me. If it happens in ranked, I get so annoyed. So I don't think that ever changes, really.
That's true. That's true.
Teabagging,
like when it was like when squid flopping was like a new thing, and like when I was younger, because I never played like Call of Duty or a lot of online games that had taunting and teabagging. I was never taunted in a game. Like I played Minecraft. It was all sunshines and lollipops back then.
You can taunt in Minecraft, just spam control.
You can, that's true. But it wasn't nearly as aggressive as but it was never really as aggressive. To me, it was never as aggressive because like I never did PvP or shit.
Right.
So in Splatoon, it was the first time I was taunted. I was like, what the fuck? You can't do this. That's not nice. Ban them. And I remember I was still in school, so it would be like fucking, 9 p.m. and be like, all right, it's time to go to bed. Mom be like, go to bed, fucking go to school. And she didn't say that verbatim, but it was along the lines. Right. And I remember I would not want to go to bed unless I won a game of Splatoon.
Oh, yeah.
If I went to bed on an L, that next day of school was dog shit. Like it was gonna be the worst. Dude,
I think that mentality just follows you for the rest of your life. I'm pretty sure we've played Fortnite and we've been like, well, we can't end on an L. We gotta play at least one more because we're all like, this is the last game, right? Last game of the night. Let's go. We end on an L and we're like, just one more. Come on, we gotta at least get a dub, right? Come on. I think that mentality always follows you. It's an easy way to bait into playing more.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's the double-edged sword of being a gamer with really big dignity. You're like, I have to end on a win or else I will sleep less tonight.
I thought you were going to say that's the double-edged sword of being a gamer with a really big dick. I was like,
yeah. Look, man, it's
okay.
That's where I thought you were going with
a double-edged sword.
Very true. Very true.
And I don't remember what my other rage story was. It was probably something along the lines of like Minecraft or something that would piss me off when I was a kid. I'd be building something on a creative server and someone built something I didn't like and I was like, you can't do that.
Oh my god.
The actual the visceral fucking the builder.
Dude, someone fucking built like a dirt house and I'd be stop, and I'd like slash ban them from the plot and like blow it up. God, man. Can't believe I thought I was going to be a YouTuber in those days. Oh boy.
It's really fucking funny.
Yeah.
Oh god.
The like prolonged, like really whimpering cry is my favorite fucking thing.
THX sounding.
It just reminds me of that fucking. Oh my god! It just reminds me of that fucking. Oh, what was that? It's that one clip of that girl on the phone. She's like, "I really want you back." You know the one I'm talking about. It's great.
Posted the clips of cars launching on the drag.
Yeah, and then it just goes like. Oh, it's great. What about you, Gab? What about you? Have you got any raging gamer moments that you want to share with the class?
I am a perfect little boy, and I never rage. No, I rage.
No, I don't.
I rage a lot, but off screen, you know. And I just wanted to mention something about Jay talking about, you know, squid bagging or sea bagging, and I actually have a trick that makes me not rage when this happens. And every time somebody squid bags me, I'm like, oh, they know me, they see my name, and they know who I am, so they just want to wave, you know, like bloop bloop bloop. So I'm like, hi. It just takes all the madness away. I'm like, oh yeah, he's a fan of the show.
So you're delusional is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, but I'm happy and delusional.
You know what? That's the best way to be. That's the best way to be.
I'm not bad at the game. I'm just famous.
Yeah, then they're not flexing on me. They're not taunting. They just know who I am.
Yeah, they're friendly, you know.
Yeah, they're friendly.
I love them. The thing is, I don't rage a lot in my videos. You know, I tend to go for a very happy-go-lucky vibe and kind of cuddles and stuff. But when I'm offline and when I play online multiplayer games, I kind of rage to a point where my brain power takes everything for the rage, and I can't speak English anymore, and I go full French Canadian rage. And my wife can vouch for me there, but when I go there, she's kind of like, is everything okay? You need something? Do you want to stop? It's just a game. You know, you don't have to go there. Because I remember it was back in the days when I used to play a lot of League of Legends.
Oh, so Jesus Christ.
It starts bad, you know?
Already.
And I was... For the player that know a bit of League, I was a support player, so everyone hated me and I hated everyone. You know, it's like a mutual relationship.
Symbiotic.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember just being so mad. I'm like, watch out, people. There's somebody coming in the jungle. He's gonna gank you. He's coming up. I just type in the chat and do like 3 ping. And then he gets killed. And he's like, support, why did you do anything? And I'm like, c'est tabarnak de cave, va te manger à mon corps. That's how I go.
That's the most intimidating thing when someone breaks out a whole nother language to just curse you out. You know they're pissed off when they go to their native tongue.
The next level of rage.
Scary. Yeah.
Like I've heard my mom get really fucking angry. She just starts talking like a million miles per second in Creole, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I'll wash the dishes next time. Chill, please. It's okay. Oh my goodness.
Another thing that just draws a pure, unaltered rage from me is from Splatoon 2 and its Clam Blitz ranked. There is something with that mode. I can't exactly put my finger on it why, but I am...
It sucks.
Yes,
Is that?
Probably. Finger has been placed.
I boil when I play that mode. There's some point where I'm like, we could have won this. Or I think the worst is when you have the clear upper end in Clam Blitz, and then they get one big clam in there, and then it just start a slow drip of one clam, and then you're like, oh, you're gonna stop the countdown. No, what clam? Oh, stop the countdown. And you see your points dropping, and you're like, stupid team.
Oh man, I'm seeing it come out right now.
You know, I'm channeling the rage inside of me. It's I can do it on command, you know.
Right. So like further on what you were saying about Splatoon rank, it kind of reminds me a little. It's not quite as severe, but when I'm grinding up to X rank right now for a video, and I get that same kind of. I hit S plus, right, and that's like I got clapped. I got humbled so fucking badly in S plus. It was like a breeze pretty much from B to S. I got to S plus. I lost 6 games in a row. I was humbled so fucking badly, right? And it's the rage of like having a team wipe and no one pushing on the objective, right? There was so many times where the other team was like completely dead. You know, all the X's on the top. No one was deciding to push. Like no one was on the objective when they were just kind of around it for no good reason. And I'm just like, what are you doing? Get on the fucking tower, please. Because I play a Kenza Splash Shot Pro, right? If a brush or a bucket or like even a splatter shot comes on the tower, I'm fucking dead because they have a faster fire rate. I need someone else to go on the tower for me, and it's just so frustrating. So I feel you. I got so tilted in S plus. And now I'm just
solo queue sucks.
Solo queue fucking sucks. It sucks so bad.
Hard.
I'm in S rank and I'm scared to go back up to S plus because I got clapped so hard last time. I got PTSD from being up there. But
this dude.
Another story I've got actually. Have any of you ever played Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga?
Yeah, on the Game Boy.
I have.
On the Game Boy Advance. Have any of you beat the game?
Maybe?
I don't think I did. I think I stopped at the part where it's all pink. Can't remember what's the name of the zone, but I remember a lot of pink. That's all I remember, you know?
I can't remember a lot of pink, but in particular, there's the final boss of the game, right? It's spoilers, I suppose, but it's like so Cackletta, who is the main villain of Mario and Luigi, she possesses Bowser, and then you have is it Bowsetta? I think it's Bowsetta. And that fight is a cakewalk, right? It's easy as. Like, you think you won the game, and then you get jump scared by Kamek from behind, and then Bowsetta sucks you in. Cause like, sorry, you get jump scared by a bomb. A bomb comes from the left, and you die. And then you get sucked into Cackletta's like stomach or whatever. And then the real final boss begins, and it's like Cackletta's soul. And you start with 1 HP, and it's like a bullet hell dodging game where you have to like dodge like an onslaught of attacks. And she has like an insane amount of HP. You have to waste a turn healing up, and like you can only really hurt her once her hands and her head are gone, because then her heart gets exposed. Dude, as a kid,
Mario game.
Yeah, as a kid, right? This boss was the most tilting thing that I didn't finish the game until like 7 or 8 years later. I got to the final boss. I tried beating Cackletta's soul, like, I want to say at least 30 times. I was so determined as a kid until my soul was fucking crushed. It was put under the boot by Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga that I just gave up and didn't play the game. And then when I was like, I want to say 18, because I was like 12 when I was first playing it. When I was 18, I found my cartridge again, and I was like, oh, I'll have a look at this. I put it in my like Game Boy Advance SP, and I was like, oh god, I remember why I didn't finish this game. And it kind of made me really angry, because all I did, right, was I fought the final boss like 3 times, and I got the same result. I died pretty much like 5 or 6 turns into the battle, because there's like a certain attack that's really fucking hard to dodge. I went out of the battle, I changed my badges around, because you know in RPGs you have badges that give you like buffs and debuffs and certain like stats buffs and certain like abilities and stuff. I can't remember exactly what I did, but I remember changing my badges to another set of badges, and I won the fight instantly. I won the fight immediately, and I was like, I really waited 8 years just to do this, huh? Was I just stupid and didn't realize? What the fuck?
So it would piss me off more than the fight.
Yeah, no, it did. I did it. I was like relieved. I was like, holy shit, I've done it. And then I was like, why didn't I do this 8 years ago? Oh my goodness, dude. Awful.
I think there's something incredibly, though, satisfying when something makes you rage to a point of no return, and then you come back later to it and you conquer it.
Yeah, you learn, you overcome. You learn, you overcome. It's about drive, it's about power, you know.
We stay hungry, we devour.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
It's our plot line. It's the character arc that we all go through.
Precisely, because I think everyone's can relate in that instance where there's been something that tilts you beyond belief and made you so angry that you actually stop playing for at least a week. You come back, you've had time to recoup, you've had time to calm down, you've had time to mentally prepare yourself, analyze the situation, and then you strike and you win.
You know, I feel like at its root, that is like what makes us gamers, right? Like, anybody who gets hooked onto a game has to have that experience. Like, what else would suck you into a video game? You go in, you fucking suck, you get your cheeks clapped, and then you come back. So it's the whole plot of Zelda, every Zelda game, right? You're like, shit, I can't beat that. That's too hard. You spend the whole game leveling up and you get frustrated, you get pissed, and then you beat it and you're like, yeah, finally did it. Like that. I feel like raging in a sense is an essential part of the gaming experience.
It's an essential asset. You need to rage, otherwise you're not a gamer, basically.
Yeah. Some of us handle it worse than others, and I kind of wanted to talk about one of my two out of my 3 favorite Twitch clips in existence. Do you guys know who Tyler 1 is?
Oh, of course, absolutely. I'm familiar.
Is that name? So for those that don't know, he's a League of Legends streamer, and he's like a legacy on Twitch. He's been around for a really long time, and he's like synonymous for his really exceptional.
This is Tyler 1, by the way. Go on, sorry.
Over the top reactions to shit. And League, I understand, is a game that makes people really upset.
Oh, yeah, that okay, I know who he is.
he's just such a perfect, like, comedic, because he's like jacked. Like he's like
roided out, dude. It's insane.
Built, but he's playing League, so all of that raw strength and power comes out in the There's this clip of him playing League, and he has a voice crack in the middle of talking shit. And I was out of breath for 20 minutes at night listening to it. He does some move in the game. He like does a counter attack. He just goes, "You're an idiot if you think I wouldn't fucking block that. You fucking bitch!" He looks at he doesn't say, he just looks at the camera. He's like, "Oh shit." That just came out of me.
I posted a gif of one of his rages that there's been edits of him like going down Mario Kart tracks to this specific like moment.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen them, Jay? Oh, yeah. It's so fucking funny. Just, and he has like a power star while that's happening. It's so fucking funny.
I've seen that.
Oh, dude, Tyler 1's hilarious. He's really
he's hilarious.
He's such a funny guy.
The only other Twitch raging clip that ever amounted to that was XQC playing Overwatch one day. It's a very old clip, but it exists, and he's got like a really shitty mic that he's playing on.
So current XQC then.
I suppose so, right? But like it was like a shittier mic. Like it was really like not good. And something happens in Overwatch that pisses him the fuck off. And he just starts yelling, but then he gets really loud and like up in front of the thing, and he's like yelling straight into the mic. But the mic like can't handle.
Oh, so it starts like peaking really badly.
All you hear is just it's just like noise. It's just this visceral, like a dash cam of a truck crashing on a freeway. Like that's what it sounds like.
Oh man,
it's the funniest clip to me. And then he's like, anyways, could you guys even hear what I was saying? It's like, no.
Is it this? Is it this by any chance?
So fucking funny. It may potentially be.
I think it is. Like, what? I think it's this one. I'm watching this real quick.
Isn't that bad?
Dude. I'm waiting for it to hit. I'm waiting for it.
I'm waiting for it. It's...
The best part about it isn't even the sound. It's the fact that he's talking in sentences, but when he takes a break, you like hear the end of the sentence. So he's like, and you. It's so funny, dude.
I'm so glad Hayden and I were at the same timestamp, because to see both of our heads knock back. Oh my god.
God, it's so funny.
That's such a funny clip.
I don't know why watching other people rage is so hilarious.
I think there's like a fine line, right? Watching people rage is okay, but there are people that can definitely make it an uncomfortable experience. It has to be like, there has to be like a balance there, if that makes sense. Like there has to be something that makes it funny and not like. I guess it's also uncomfortable if they're like getting really angry at like friends and stuff.
Yeah.
Like if they're getting like that tilted at someone that they're friends with and are cool, it can. I feel like that can be a little uncomfortable. There's always an ebb and flow, I think, because I've definitely seen streamers that like are kind of like very yikesy when they get to being when they're like raging on stream. XQC here and like Tyler 1, for example, they're quite funny. But they're also playing with randoms as well.
Yeah.
So it's whatever.
I think it's also depending, like, if it's a small burst of, like, rage, it's like, oh, it's funny. But if non-stop rage for an entire stream, at some point it just becomes, like, how could I say, irritating? It's like, oh, this feels more toxic than just, like, haha, funny burst of the moment and all that.
And it becomes tiring secondhand. Like, I can't sit here and listen to someone yell for 2 hours.
Yeah,
like,
it's genuinely exhausting to listen to if someone's constantly angry. Little outbursts of anger are good because it's like, oh, visceral reaction. It's a reaction, you know. It's like that's the content. Like, people wouldn't find Dan, well, obviously cursing is part of it, but people wouldn't find Dan getting so fucking angry at the Skunky fight entertaining if that was his whole persona, if he was just angry all the time.
If the next hour I was still like, man, what the fuck is wrong with this game?
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
I was like, really,
you let it go after you release that anger. Yeah. That's like the line, because I get angry when I stream, but I let it go like within like 10 minutes, and then I'm moving on to the next thing. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're absolutely right. You have to keep it like moving, otherwise it just becomes uncomfortable.
However, I will watch Smash Bros. Rage comps for 2 hours straight because that's not one dude being angry for a while.
That's different.
Yeah, it's the compressed, beautiful release of raw anger given again and again and again for endless dopamine for anyone but the person in the clip.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so weird. I wonder why Smash is like the one game that, like, you never see like esports, like Call of Duty, Overwatch tournaments. You never see people just get up and throw controllers or keyboards and shit. I
don't watch them, but
I'm saying, like, from my side, I've never seen it. I rarely ever see it.
I would say the big thing is, if it does ever happen, that's a ban. Like there's some people who, like K9, who have made like names for themselves with like their rages. Right. Like very, very famous clips of him like hitting you. What the hell was that? What's wrong with that? And he gets up from the chair and he screams, ah! And he like runs out the room, like throws a water bottle. Someone punched a hole in the drywall at a venue. It happens, and then they don't come back for a while, like, or ever.
But like, what was I gonna say? It's something. It's the same kind of like from a viewer's perspective, and why it needs to be like short bursts. It's the same kind of energy as a pop off, for example. Like you get the same kind of like humor. You get the same kind of reaction like as a viewer when you see someone pop off like you do when you see them get angry and rage at something. That makes sense, because it's just a visceral reaction. It's just two different sides of that spectrum. There's the really negative side and then there's the really positive side, and both sides do you get what I mean? Like, it's like an equal balance. It's why it can be enjoyable as a viewer.
If the pop-off goes for 2 hours.
I mean, you get bored, right? You get bored hearing someone just popping off consistently.
Number one.
The raw release of a pop-off is like, it gets people hyped up. It gets people excited. And then the raw release of anger just gets everyone like, holy shit. And then like L, omega lol, kek W. You know what I'm saying?
If your pop-off lasts longer than 3 hours, please consult your doctor.
There's Overwatch streamers with pop-off friggin' dysfunction.
I have pop-off dysfunction. I just don't get excited, dude. Like, I just play games and I'm just like, woo.
It's interesting you say that, because and what Hayden, what you're saying about how popping off and raging are both sort of an equilibrium for streaming and content creation, and reactionary content, whatever. It's it kind of brings up a point of like content creators, especially commentary and reactionary content, whatever, is strictly like an extension or over exaggerated caricature of what the viewer is thinking. So everybody watched the Splatoon 3 trailer, right? All of us individually at an individual level, and a lot of people at home watching the trailer just on their phones, whatever, had a like, oh yes, yeah, whoa, whatever. But then the streamers were like, what? Yeah, let's go. freaking out and jumping. I got up and jumped around. I was on my feet were on the chair, like crazy stuff, right? And I think there's almost like a little bit of satisfaction that you get as a viewer watching someone freak out more than you
absolutely
can.
No, absolutely,
like,
100%.
I wish I could explode, like painting. Like I wish I could explode like that. That guy did it for me, so it satisfies.
It's why like there have been channels that like pop off like extensively that people like kind of gravitate towards, like the late Etika, for example. I just want to mention, like, people resonated so much with his content because he was like the hype guy. He was like the guy everyone wanted to watch react to things because you know his pop-offs were like unparalleled. Like, rest in peace. But that was just something that like jumped to mind because you know you mentioned someone popping off more comfortably than you can, and he was like the guy that popped off harder than anyone else. So I just thought, I just thought that was a very good point. A very good point.
And that's the thing about Etika is fascinating because it was like he was a staple in Nintendo reactionary just in general. Like something not as Nintendo at the time, especially not even being as big as some of these other gaming companies that have 50 billion people waiting for the new game or whatever, and they freak out. Like people even to this day comment on the new Kirby and the new Pokemon, the new Splatoon. They're like, man, imagine if Etika
saw exactly. He was legendary, whatever. Absolutely legendary.
It's just like you just got such a like. I never got the chance to watch a single one of his videos, but I saw a Twitter clip of him every day of my life, and it was always like he would make something exciting through his reactions that I didn't give a shit about.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Game or whatever I didn't care about. And he's like, let's fucking go.
It's like
I'm excited.
It's you've lived vicariously through like reactors. Yeah, exactly. It's being like it is just a vicarious feeling. You live through them because you're excited, but like you kind of mirror their excitement, and it makes you you like kind of mirror that kind of feeling, if that makes sense, that emotion. And it just makes it, especially if it's like a content creator you like, you want to see them react. You want to see that. You just want to see what they have to say about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Back to more negative anger related things. Oh, sorry, did you have something else?
No, actually, I wanted to go to that. Like, I think on the other end of the spectrum, the negative aspect of it, of like, okay, we like seeing creators get excited because we love them. We want to see their reaction to it to get us hype. But there's almost a similar yet counter reaction to anger. It's like you see something that may not make you as the viewer inherently upset because you're watching them play it. You're watching them get upset, whatever. But you know, based on what you're seeing, they're dying a lot in the game. Someone does something toxic, this should piss somebody off, but you don't feel it. So when you see the content creator or whoever reacting and freaking the fuck out, you're like, there it is.
Precisely.
Which is where that line gets crossed between when it's uncomfortable and it's okay. When it's justified rage that's maybe a little exaggerated for comedic sense, like XQC and Tyler 1, it's like, yeah. But like you're saying, if it's someone who's genuinely mad for an hour, it's like, well, fuck, man.
It's exhausting.
Now I just don't feel good. Like.
And I think it also depends on what's the source of the rage, you know? Like if it's somebody just, you know, playing and they did a mistake or they did a bad play and they get killed and they rage, it's like, it's funny because it's a little, it's levity, you know? Nobody cares at the end. Nobody died, it's not important. But when it's something either more serious or when it's something that they don't have control over, you know? Like if say, like for example, somebody just keep disconnecting in a game because of bad internet or bad servers, and at some point you rage and you're like, I just feel bad for the guy, you know? I don't feel like it's funny. I just feel like if it happened to me, I would be absolutely mad too. So like, okay.
Yeah. It has to be warranted for it to be entertaining.
Yeah.
I agree. So to segue from that, what is the most damage you have done physically to anything because of raging in a video game?
Oh boy.
I brought up earlier that I broke the arm of my chair. The last office chair I had. I was playing Smash Online. And recently I've come to terms with Smash Online being an experience I should not care as much about. That was not the case then. And I would be like, God damn it. Oh no, it's coming back. All my destructive habits. Yeah, I hit the side of my chair, like, sorry, this feels really good to do. Eventually over the course of, I guess, a while of that occasionally happening, the arm of my chair just stopped, like, going up all the way, and I'm like, uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Also, I have had one moment where I broke an elevator button. This is...
Oh, my.
Do tell?
I mean, it was a fit of gamer rage. This is so gamer. I was really angry at a game. I went down to pick up my Uber Eats from somewhere, and I was so angry. Yeah, I'm like, I'm calling the elevator.
You roundhouse kicked the elevator door.
Yeah, bam. No, I was calling the elevator. I'm like, God damn it. And it just like popped the button into the socket. I'm like,
oh.
Whoops.
I think it's really funny that you like got quiet to tell that story, which makes me think this was recent. Oh, so I'm telling them I fucking broke the elevator.
Luckily,
I was gonna say, I don't want my neighbors to hear about this, but
luckily it could just be pulled right back into place. But for that moment, I was like,
the evidence was hidden.
Yeah. Everything was all good, and I was just really worried. I'm like, I just sobered up really quick.
yeah. Nothing calms you down from being mad from realizing shit. I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, exactly. It's usually like the aftermath of like causing physical damage to something.
The closest I've ever seen. True. Have you ever been on the cusp of watching something like something's about to go down, but it doesn't? Like, okay.
Yeah.
I was at a Smash tournament.
Okay.
One of my a good friend of mine, honestly, a very, very great guy, was having a fit of rage at the time. And this was so close to being such a different story. When he was packing up his stuff, he lifted up his monitor and lifted it above his head. And everyone, like the people in the TO, like the tournament organizer, like area, me included, were like, like, like he was about to bring it down, like throw the monitor in the middle of like the situation. It did not happen. It was de-escalated, but I think they got a CRT. No. This was on like no. This wasn't the bombshell of a CRT.
Okay, so this was like Ultimate era, Smash 4 era.
This is Ultimate era. Oh,
okay, thank God. I thought like it was Melee or something, and it had like a fucking CRT above them.
Oh no!
Like a nuclear bomb waiting to explode.
Yeah,
that would have been a very different story. There would have been a hospital visit. There would have been.
It was definitely that moment of like you could see on their face too, because they were like kind of facing us. They were like. Oh God, it was bad. It was almost very bad. He calmed down, but it was just a moment I have etched into my brain. It's like, wow, that was approximately 3 seconds from like a very different story.
Jesus,
gamer rage kicking in.
That's terrifying.
Only ever seen that once in my life. Someone get that crazy in person.
The higher somebody raises a monitor, the worse it's gonna be. Yeah. I've heard you lift it up and if you had it above his head, it was going the distance.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it would have had more distance to travel, so it would have got more terminal velocity, so it would have went faster.
Dynamax Pokeball style.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No, it was that. It was actually that.
He was just hugging it. I guess. Mine isn't as terrifying as that. Mine goes back to me being a 12-year-old playing Call of Duty on Xbox Live, and
terrifying.
That is a terrifying prospect. I know.
A 12-year-old.
Oh God, gross. But I'd be playing like Modern Warfare 2, and I'd be camping like under a staircase or something, being a little shit, trying to get like a tactical nuke or something, which is like a 25 kill streak. You get 25 kills in a row, you get a tactical nuke, you end the game. And it was like the hypest thing you could get back then. And I would be like 1 kill away, and someone would like noob tube me, you know, like the grenade launcher, they would just shoot it under the stairs from like halfway across the map. And I would be like, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. And I'd get so angry that I would kick my my headboard on my bed, and it was made of wood, and it fucking snapped off of my bed, and I was like,
oh no.
But like, it's because I kept doing it. I was like, just just fucking punted it like that because I was so angry. Down, and then it just cracked, and I was like, uh-oh.
That's not supposed to do that.
And then I kind of pulled it. I snapped it back. It was still broken, but I was like, I can't let anyone see this. This is gross. But yeah, no, I used to get so fucking angry playing Call of Duty as a little 12-year-old. Probably shouldn't be playing Call of Duty as a little 12-year-old, but you know, I don't know. I had based parents. I don't know what to tell you.
It made you the man that you are and the karate master that you are now. You can kick bedboards effortlessly.
Exactly. Apart from that, I guess I've thrown my phone in anger before at like a wall, and it like broke the screen. But that was just because like I was having an argument with someone that was really, really fucking stupid. This was years ago, and I fucking hucked it at the corner of it was like an old iPhone. I hucked it at the corner of my room, and I immediately my heart sank. I was like, I don't know why I did that. And I looked at my phone, and the screen was like shattered, and I was like, oh, why did I do that? And I couldn't use the screen anymore, and I was like, oh, this is so bad. I had to use another phone, and it just made it worse and worse the more I realized how much damage I did to my phone.
And then I had to use an Android, and it was awful.
And I had to use the fucking this thing, and it was the worst thing ever.
And then I broke that one, and then I had to use a
I did break this one.
Hey, Motorola's are fine.
I did break this one. I don't know if you can see it, but it's broken.
Oh, no.
This is the story from yesterday.
Yes.
You're just getting knocked down on the tier. Like, you can't have better phones. You're going to be like on a pull-up phone, wired.
Well, I mean, you can't kill a Nokia, you know. So at least at that there, you're fine. You know,
it's true.
You're gonna be on the Blueberry.
This is a better look of it. I was on Social Blade. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, it's not going to show you. Damn it! Come on.
Your metrics?
No, my metrics. I wouldn't show you that for the life of me. They're not looking very good. Dude, why can't you?
Instead, we're looking at the cracked screen.
It's so badly cracked, but it's not showing. You see it?
I could see it. You could see it when you started initially, because you had the space background, and then you could see.
Oh, you can see it. You can see it.
Space. Yeah.
There you go.
Is that with 90 million subscribers?
I think that's. I don't know.
Yeah, my Social Blade bumped recently. Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Damn.
It's actually my
subscribers.
It's actually my Social Blade. However, you know.
Oh, man, what the hell? Congrats, dude.
I'm popping off. I'm gonna get it.
Wait for that.
What's your secret?
Play button, yeah.
What'd you do to get 90 million? What was your secret?
Upload good content, bitch.
Oh.
Bed frame.
Kick a bed frame. Kick a bed frame and also make good content.
Ah,
not that any of you would know what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a bed frame. I don't know, you know.
I don't have a bed frame.
I mean,
I don't make good enough content to afford a bed, okay, bud?
Vicious cycle.
Vicious cycle.
I don't think I ever broke anything when doing rage games or getting upset. I'm not sure if I ever did. Like I said, I know I bent the shit out of that gamepad, and so you could hear the plastic bending because I got really
close.
mad.
That is close.
Dude, any other controller would give way. Those game pads are like, they stick around. So
yeah, they resisted. I think when I get really upset at a game, it comes out in the form of like playing the game at an extra like heightened level, and not like doing good in the game, but like if I get mad, like Mario Kart Wii would frustrate me, I would be pressing the A button harder.
Oh yeah, when you get mad and you're playing a game at that extra level, you do worse. You immediately do worse. There's like a diminishing like effect on your play skill. You have. That's why people take a break.
Yeah,
you get tilted. I think that's the term, or when you just
precisely.
Worst.
There is a very reasonable strategy in fighting games of taunting, just teabagging and stuff, disrespecting mid game, because then they start playing more hyper aggressive. They start playing, more mistake fill. Yeah.
You tilt them.
Very valid. Yeah, you tilt them, exactly.
Which is probably why you build L's out of dirt and play Minecraft Steve.
I love Steve. I don't have to taunt to make people angry. I can just select Steve and they're like, God damn it!
That's
this reminds them.
Dude.
Man.
It's the same thing with your elevator button, though. Like, you depressed the elevator button and it was stuck. For me, it was my A button on my Wiimote. It was come on, man. These fucking funky Kongs are pissing me off on Rainbow Road. that was my childhood rage.
Speaking of Kongs, that's actually a good cue to jump in with what I actually broke. Yeah, segue, thank you. I was like, leeway, segue, way. Anyway.
Segue.
Back when I was around 8 years old, I played Donkey Kong Country 2. And for the people that don't know, that game has some brutal levels in there.
Absolutely.
Clumsy little me got stuck on, I think there's like a amusement park level, and you gotta do a roller coaster, and it's like on a rail, and you gotta jump at the right times. I died so many times on that level that at some point I went full Diddy Kong on my controller, because that's the thing. Diddy Kong, when you lose a bonus level, takes his hat, throws it on the ground, and jumps 2 feet on his hat. I did... Take my controller, my Super Nintendo controller, throw it on the ground, double jump with my feet, and I broke that controller and I got grounded because my dad was like, what is happening here?
Oh my God, the controller got grounded too. Jesus Christ, it's still implanted in the floor.
The thing is, the Super Nintendo controllers were actually very resilient, so I didn't
They were durable, dude. They were durable as hell.
I managed to kill one. I'm like, what kind of 8 years old powers did I have? And it didn't like burst open, but like all the buttons were like kind of encrusted, and I couldn't play with it anymore. I could constantly press the Y button. It was my very ragey moment. I never went past that though. I think that was like my lesson, and I was like, I'm never gonna go past that. It's like I learned early. This. I'm a better person now.
I mean, you couldn't go past that. Your controller was broken.
That is true. That is true.
Even game after that. That's so funny that controller was so durable, but Nintendo hadn't factored in they did every type of durability test except for small angry French children. That's a tech destruction at its max, man.
They can't QA test that. They can't QA test that.
Forced to be reckoned with.
Let's get some child labor so we can test our controllers,
Let's make them play Donkey Kong for a little while.
Oh, dude, that's now a new profession goal of mine.
Child labor, and you were like,
light bulb. That gives me an idea.
God, I've been looking for more editors. If anyone's interested, no, dude, I got a new goal in life.
I'm trying to hit 1 mil. Sorry, I need all the help I can get.
I was just like, man, if I had known that was even potentially a job you could have, that would have been my life goal. Forget like making games or like playing games for a living. I want to destroy controllers for a living. I want to be like the kid that they bring in to like QA test the new GameCube controller, and I just like bang it against things. I'm just like, it doesn't break. They're like, good. Could you try stomping on it? Just get all the factor details. That sounds like such a fun job.
They have those tech destruction like rage rooms that you can do where they get really old consoles and really old just tech stuff in general, like computers and monitors that don't work, and they give you a hammer and they're like, all right, you got 30 minutes.
And you just go wild.
Go in and you
I remember Unis Arnis did a video on one of those. That was like my first exposure to rage rooms. I didn't know they were a thing until I saw their video, and I was like, wow, this is a funny thing to do.
Dude, let's do that next time we go to a con.
Let's do it. Let's go to a rage room. Let's actually destroy shit.
Is that just a room that you just destroy shit in?
Yeah, so they
like a sledgehammer.
Yeah. So you pay a certain amount, and then they just have a load of things, and they give you a sledgehammer, and you can just you just destroy shit.
Oh, yeah. I just used the hotel bathroom for that. Like, I didn't realize that there was like an area to.
Why do you bring a sledgehammer to a hotel, man?
Why the
bathroom? I keep it out of their sight when they first walk in.
Yeah, the most privacy. No one's gonna knock if they hear me rummaging about in there.
They can't put cameras in the bathroom, so it's the easiest for me to commit my crimes.
Poor joke.
That's
Apologies.
what you think.
That's why I never get the security deposit back in my apartments. I just go in and I break shit and then leave.
That sounds like a crazy room, though. Wow.
Yeah, that would be really fun to do. Because I don't imagine us being angry, but we can find something to get mad about. Just go break shit in a room.
Oh, dude, I would unleash in a rage room. I'd go fucking wild. I've got so much pent up emotion I could let out in a place like that.
Oh man,
on a nice old Dell laptop.
Yeah, dude, I wouldn't even need the sledgehammer. I'd break it over my knee.
Hold the hammer.
Get the satisfaction of actually breaking it myself, you know?
Right? Yeah. You're like going in and they're like, all right, here's your tools, here's your safety. He's like, no thanks.
No, I don't need any of that. I want the most realistic experience possible. I just go fucking roundhouse kicking everything in the room, you know?
Do they offer a service where if you have nothing angry about, they have like a list of things that they can get
make
you angry about?
Yeah. Show you footage of Dan playing Smash with Steve. Just go there.
It's like, I'm good, thank you. That's all I need to see. I'll be back in 10. No one bother me.
Yeah. These are soundproof, right? Because I'm gonna say some shit. Oh, that's awesome, dude. Now I like really want to do that.
Yeah,
I think that'd be a really fun idea. I think that'd be great.
Bring your 1 million subscriber plaque and we'll break shit with it and then break it. Yeah. We'll all have a good time.
Well,
I've already said I want to beat people up with this 1 million subscriber plaque, so...
Well, without getting assault charges, we can't go to a rage room.
I mean, like, that's only if you get caught. That's just a coward's mentality. You just a skill issue. You just have to get good, Jay. Simply.
That's true. Yeah. What we said about bathroom security cameras.
I mean, no, I'd be hitting people with it. Like, that's neither here or there.
that was already determined the moment.
Yeah, the moment Dan said that I could do that, I said I was gonna do it. I said he's gonna bring the 1 million subscriber plaque. I'm gonna bludgeon his fans with it. I'm gonna
fans
and see how far.
Okay, that's in detail to me.
And see how far I can get with it. You want to see Failboat's play button? Bam!
I thought this was just random people. I thought this was a method of getting new subscribers, introducing them to the channel.
I said I was gonna do it at a con.
Oh.
Yeah, the court doesn't care if they're fans or not. You're going to jail.
Yeah. Like I said, only if you get caught, which I'm not going to. It's a skill issue.
Oh, you're a Failboat fan? Well, I think this court is adjourned.
Again, to even go to court, you need to get caught.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, that's gonna say you're just gonna get good. You keep bringing the law into this, but the law's not gonna get me.
Your Honor,
as your PR manager, I have to be practical.
Your Honor, the weapon says Failboat right on it. How could it offend me?
You keep missing the point. I'm just too good. I'm not gonna get found.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm a little something known as Failboat.
Oh my god,
the boat. Just bring out the copy pastas in court. Which we'll never get to, of course.
I'll run everyone.
Like it there.
All right. Well, we're at like the hour mark, so I think we could end the episode there, probably.
Yeah. I got all my rage out in this episode.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.
Bye, Mouthfuls.
Bye. Swear words.
Let your rage out on the like button and the subscribe button. Smash it.
Nice.
Can I get a French Canadian swear in the chat? Oh.
I wouldn't. I can't help you with that.
I have so many things I want to talk about. I'm like gonna get off track here.
This is the case of a game that was far more popular in Japan than it was in the United States.
They never went to Mordor. What are you talking about? This is kind of weird.
But there's real detail. There's like wiring underneath.
You know, they're one and done. That's it. Sold out. So they're super hard to come by.
You heard him, guys. Bring it back. Here we go again. Round two.